Hello and welcome to the 131st episode of the Gochuucast. And today, last week, I said that I would uh, do a whole bunch of stuff that I was behind on. I'm happy to tell you that today, I did not do that.
I was. Did you do?
Claps.
Did you do some stuff, or did
I
you?
wish I had like a soundboard that could just do like fake applause for that.
Well, that's what I have for, I can click the Discord one. And,
Yeah, I keep Discord soundboards muted. I actually forgot that Discord had a soundboard feature, but
Yeah, I feel like when it was introduced, it was like spammed, like every chat for like
yes,
a
when it was
week, and then
introduced,
everybody hates it. So,
people only added annoying things and not like useful or fun
oh,
things.
I've seen some absurd things being added to soundboard. Uh, and yeah, just people spamming stuff.
in one server, my channel join sound is so loud that Jeff from Pips was like sleeping in call one time, and I joined, and it was so fucking loud it like shook him awake, scared him awake.
Face.
It's
Yeah,
like
but he
it's
falls asleep in call fucking every day.
it's the NFL theme, but it's like extremely bass boosted, and so it like the yeah, like the volume of it
I
goes
know exactly
beyond.
what it is. Yep.
Yeah. So I only have it on for that server specifically. Everything else is the Walmart or Chiochan, one of the two. I only use the Walmart one in some servers.
I don't think I've used one in a while, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't. You know what? Maybe I just haven't found a sound I really liked. Maybe that's the key. I need to find one that clicks. It's like an annoy
Yeah, you
annoy
see, the
people.
key is like not to make it annoying, just to make it like funny, and so people are like, "What the fuck?" when you join, rather than like annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like joining and the metal pipes drop, like that's annoying. But joining and you hear a VTuber screaming about how they're gonna shoot up a Walmart in Minecraft, like that's funny.
I think I would
Yeah,
hate that, but
that's what we in the business call funny.
Yes.
loud equals funny. Yeah, I
Loud
guess.
equals it's the words that are being said with the loud. It's not always about
Okay,
loud equals funny.
got it. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I guess. I mean, I did one thing. uh, I watched. Well, I actually mentioned this last time that I've been on like the movie binge that happens like once every 7 months for like no reason. It's not even a binge. It's just like watching a few movies just cause. And I watched Weathering with You. I said for You, Weathering with You. Um, it was okay. I don't know. It wasn't bad. I like the art
We have
style.
like the
But
same opinion that Daniel has, which is kind of fun.
yeah, it's just like it's fine. I don't know. I don't really have like a strong opinion on it. That's it. Like, I wish I had more to say about it, but like, I like the art style and like fine. Yeah, I don't know. That was really anticlimactic, but I actually don't know like what else to say. It's just fine. Like it was
That is
decent.
like literally my exact thoughts. Like it's a beautiful movie, like visually speaking, of
Oh yeah,
course,
yeah,
because Shinkai and stuff. But yeah, the actual movie itself is like, oh, I'm just watching Your Name again.
yeah. But I think Your Name was like I don't know. I just preferred Your
I think
Name.
Your Name has a more interesting plot line to it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Um. Yeah, but I thought the animation was good and the art style and how everything was drawn. It was definitely like clean. I like that. Especially some of the scenes were really nice. But um, yeah, I would love to say like I'd like look back. I had a lot to like praise it for, right? Like the animation. I thought the story was pretty compelling. I thought a lot of different things about it. Like I had pretty strong opinions about a lot of aspects of that movie. But like, man, Weathering with You is just like just average, like good average, but upper mid as
It's
kids would say.
the ending is just always so funny to me. Like
Yeah.
sacrificing the entirety of a city. Just
Yes.
dude wanted some pussy and he had to sacrifice Tokyo for it.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, that was it. I. Oh yeah, I watched a. Oh, I guess like another thing I did, but it wasn't really like I didn't actually do much. Is like, um, the second part of Delica's Nursery started airing a month and a half ago. I think I don't know, month
I
and a half.
forgot that was a.
Yeah, so I watched a couple more episodes. I'm on like episode 9. Yeah, 'cause I watched 2, right? 2 or 3. Um, I think they're on 12 now, and 13 is the final one next week. So maybe I'll finish that in this upcoming week. But yeah, I didn't get too much time this week. I just watched Weathering with You, like a part of it yesterday on my flight back home, and then finished it today. So yeah, um, yeah, that was it for me. For what I did, but yeah.
Yeah. In terms of what I did, I technically didn't do nothing, but I also didn't do anything worth talking about. Uh, the first like core of ReZero season 3 ended, so that's sad for me. I gotta
Yeah.
wait 3 months for Peak to come back, and then I watched the 8th Blue Box episode a couple hours ago. But
Let's go.
yeah, so what I did this week was so I've been there are two main things that took up my time. It was the what I'm going to refer to as the coal mines, which is Black Ops 6, camo grinding and zombies,
Okay.
and
The
yeah,
children yearn for the mines.
yeah, I have succumbed to the mines. It's like literally so like mind numbing. Like my friends will just like message in the group chat like, all right, who wants to go to the mines? And we all just get in a call and we just talk while we just fucking sit there and headshot zombies to get fucking in-game skins. But it'll all be totally worth it when it's done because my gun will look cool. But no,
Nice.
it's extremely mind-numbing. The first like set of challenges basically is like you got to get 2,000 headshots on headshot kills on zombies with whatever gun you're using. Um, there are 33 weapons that you can. Well, I mean they're adding new weapons and stuff, but 33 main ones that they just started the game with. And the only ones that you don't have to get headshots with are like there's 2 melee weapons and there's 2 launchers. Everything else is headshots. Which it's already mind numbing enough to do that, but now imagine a world where the upgrade mechanic, Pack-a-Punch, for 2 guns, you can't fucking do it because you upgrade the gun and it turns into an explosive shooter, and so you can't get headshots with a grenade. And so you have to use those guns unupgraded as the zombies continuously get stronger, obviously, against your dogshit weapon. And so that one took a little more time than than you would like. Not that I'm even done with it. I'm still in the mines, but that's what a lot of my time went to. But also, I've been fucking around with Pokemon ROM hacking tools.
Oh, are you trying to make your own?
Okay, wait.
Make my own is a
I
strong word, but
so this is a funny coincidence because I've also been looking into this week,
so
and
yeah. What I did was
because
just like
yeah,
mapping you like mostly and editing like thing because I'm not like incompetent with coding. I can look at code and understand what it's doing, but
Sure.
I also don't know like I don't know the languages behind any of this shit. So I can only
Right.
like edit what's already there and like understand what I'm doing. But I can't like fully script a game if I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot. Yeah.
I obviously we've talked about the mystery dungeon thing for Pips I wanted to do, but then I was like, what if I just make like a normal just ROM hack type thing just for funsies while I'm waiting for the people who actually know how to code to do the harder thing.
Right.
Yeah, so I started messing around with Fire Red. Let me open the program.
Oh, I think when I tried to make a ROM hack like 10 years ago or something, I also started with Fire Red. I like
The
did some
GBA
editing.
ones are a
The
lot
GBA ones
easier
are
Yeah.
much
to.
simpler. Like I would love to do stuff with the DS games just because they're probably more technologically sound. But like then you look at the map editing tools for those and you're like, it's like working in a 3D space is very hard. So
Yes.
and it'd be very time consuming. Let me bring this up.
The
So
problem is, I just like doing the busy work of like, oh, let's make fucking gym leader teams for friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I like doing that stuff or like writing stories, not coding out a game.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I never end up actually doing this projects like this.
Yeah,
Because
this
even like the one that my part is like finished with, I'm waiting on coders.
yeah, I can tell you right now, whatever tool you're using right now is way more advanced than the one I used back in the day. Like the
let me see if I can bring up the window. Okay.
one back in the day was some Windows XP garbage. Like it was
Probably
some
hard to
A
see
decade
primitive.
ago.
for visual people.
I don't remember what it was, but it was
I'll
primitive.
expand it.
So,
Hold up the layer. All right. I expanded it a bit. Still probably a little hard to see for viewers. I haven't used the fucking what's it called in a while. But let's see. So yeah, the easiest thing to do obviously is the maps. So where I've gotten so far is I've entered. I've kind of like I messed around in Pallet Town to like learn the mapping a little bit, and then I've worked my way up to Peter City so far. But I also added like a bunch of the I added like special locations for all the legendaries because I want to make everything catchable in this.
Hmm.
Actually, let me fix something real quick. So actually, I play tested my what I had made so far last night, and I made it to this gym and this sign right here. So because of the way the tile sets work, like I don't think there's a sign I could make for this room, right? But
Yeah.
because I can make like a specific object up here, and within the object files there is this sign. But I had to put it in as an NPC, and I forgot to turn off
Interesting.
its movement. So I
So
walked
it
into the
started
gym, and my
walking
sign
around.
was just walking around the gym. So I
face.
gotta
Hell yeah.
set the bitch to no movement. But yeah. So I guess I kind of want to go for like a Drayano style ish. And so I gave like Brock here. He's got 6 mons. You can kind of see him there. His team is 6.
So this is
Yeah.
funny because, like I said, what I've been doing is I've been bored while waiting for the mystery dungeon. So I've made like fake Pokemon teams for various Pips members,
Mhm.
Yeah, so we
and
go
just
down
been
to
like, oh, that'd
Pallet
be
Town.
funny.
So I've kind of like expanded the what's it called a little bit. Normal Pallet Town would
Hmm.
obviously just be these 2 homes and then Oaks Lab. But I pushed it out to the side a little bit. Um, one of the things in this house, just because it's so people don't have to like code their own shit in, I put like the Aurora ticket and the Mystic ticket here. Um, then I I also had at the start. Actually, I put the lucky egg here. So the thing with Fire Red is the infamous bad egg anti cheat system.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
So I at first I wanted to be fun, and I put like a rare candy in this mailbox. I put the lucky egg in this mailbox. The Aurora tickets were and the Mystic ticket were in these mailboxes. The game didn't like that. The game really did not like that, and so basically it's very you have to be like very cautious about I guess where you're placing certain things. So the game is like completely fine with me putting a lucky egg as an item, like a Pokeball item, but it does not like me making it a hidden item.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's fine with a lava cookie right here that I put in this box. But yeah, I just wanted to like expand Fire Red, just like make the towns maybe a little bigger. I haven't fucked the routes too much. Like I put like some wandering Pokemon with the sprites that I do have. Added this trainer here. I'm changed the encounters a little bit. It's pretty easy to do. The only difficult thing is let me let's go visit a legendary real quick. We
Let's
can
go.
go to like Naval Rock. So what I did, we climb all the way down to Lugia here. Jesus Christ! All right, there we go. Holy shit! Oh my god, what did I just do? I'll go back up. Fucking move the ladder. So all the way down here,
Is it this many ladders normally?
yes.
Yeah.
So I updated the Lugia sprite to I took the one from Gen 4.
Oh, right. Like
But the
Soul.
awkward thing with sprites in this game is actually this brings me to my next point. So let's go to Vermilion City real quick. I want you to see if you notice anything wrong in this frame here.
There's no truck. Oh wait, no, it's
Well,
there.
I did get rid of the truck, yes, because I
Yeah,
wanted to use it.
that's the biggest. Okay, no,
I
I
wanted.
don't know.
I used the truck up here, but the problem with the way tile sets work in this game is when I place this truck, these corners right here were not grass. They were
Water.
they were the
Oh,
stuff
they were
right
that
here. They
tile.
were that tile. But if I want to change that, you know, I can't like have that truck here and there keeping this different tile sets. Like the tile set will change because of how hardware limitations work and stuff, I guess. But the actual problem was I tried to add new sprite or new objects into the game, so new overworld sprites. And the funny thing is, the SSN and this boat right here are both objects rather than like tile sets. Probably because they move around and stuff in the game, so they just use them as full objects.
Right.
So if we go to NPC and we scroll all the way down, so the SSN was 151 in this list here. I tried to add a new object slot, and so what you do, you hit add new, and then it like copies the one for here and then makes the 152. So I fucking added in Rayquaza's sprite to 152, but for some reason that I didn't realize it until later on, but it got rid of the SSN and made it like a different colored Rayquaza. And so the
Okay.
SSN is gone. I had destroyed the
You
SSN,
replaced it with
and
with
so
the
I
actual
replaced
Pokemon.
it with a tiny boat that works. You know what? It works. You know, I don't have to replace the SSN, and I get to keep Rayquaza. So yeah, that's what happened there. A lot of because of how the limitations work, there's just a lot of anytime I wanted to change a sprite, I basically had to like sacrifice something from this list. So I think Ammonite was here at 128. Replace that with Latios. I don't remember what was 130. I think 130 was actually no, 128 was Slowpoke, and 130 was Ammonite.
It's the
So
same with like the decks too, right? Like if you wanted to add like Gen 4 Pokemon, for example, you would have to delete other Pokemon to
yeah,
bring
I think there
them
are
in.
some. I
There's
mean,
some
not even there
space
are. There's
usually.
ways out. Because like some people have like there's an engine for Fire Red that has gens 1 through 8. And I tried to do that, but it was giving me issues, and so I gave up. But yeah, I think it might have a little bit of extra space, but generally, if you want to add a bunch more, you gotta sacrifice something. Uh, and so thankfully, so like obviously the legendary birds I could just replace with themselves. And then Entei, Suicune, and Raikou also had their stuff in here. Celebi, like, but down here, for example, I think 147 was Kabuto, but I replaced it with Regirock. 148 and 149 were different forms of Deoxys, but they don't exist. Like, you will never see another form like Deoxys defense or attack in the game. And
Yeah.
so I could comfortably get rid of their sprites. But like this here was a Machop before, right? But
Yes.
I changed. What did I put over Machop? Machop was something. I don't remember what, but he's somewhere
So
on
you
here. But
evolved
oh, it was
him.
Jirachi. That's what it was. Yeah. So to put in Jirachi, I sacrificed Machop. And so I just put the Machoke here instead. So and I just tried to make sure anything I replace isn't used. Like I'll find it eventually if it's used later in the game. But like Fuchsia City, for example, there was a Slowpoke here. He had to change into Slowbro. I had to evolve him so I could kill Slowpoke off. The Kabuto and Kabuta or Ammonite were in here. I just put extra fossils here and said it's under construction. Lore reasons for why I killed them in the zoo.
Yes. Lore reasons. These fossils have not been woken up yet.
They have not. We are actually in the past, But yeah, so I've just been going around, making. I think the most fun I've had so far was just making little custom areas for the legendaries that I'm making catchable. Like over here, I got a little room for Suicune. I think the most difficult thing with it though is that some of them I can't stop people from. The only way I don't like HM stuff, but the only way I can stop people because I'm not good at scripting. So like I can't like make a temporary roadblock that isn't
Oh
tied
yeah.
to
The
like this.
HMs.
Yeah, so if we go to like Viridian Forest for example,
You couldn't make like an NPC that has an option that's locked behind like 6 badges.
yeah, like I mean I could maybe like if I looked around, like I'm sure there are
Because that's
NPCs
like
like that I could
the
copy the script of, but I don't know how to do it myself.
isn't Cerulean Cave like that?
Uh, yes. Let's speaking of Cerulean Cave, we can just go over here. So I guess we can
Yeah.
look at this guy's code. So his script address is here. Okay, never mind. It like doesn't.
Doesn't necessarily say how. I just know that he generally, if I remember right, doesn't let you in
Yeah, he won't let you in until you're
until
the champion. So I don't know what script like is like on
takes care of
him
that.
that allow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like it's on him, right? So I don't
It might
really.
be a condition like once you're champion, he disappears or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember any other people who block things in this game. But I guess, for example, like an early game, I didn't mean to go. Alright, so like go into Viridian Forest, for example. I added like a little thing for Celebi up here in this area, but I can't stop people. Like it's Viridian Forest, right? And so my only solution was like, let me put some cut trees here, and now people have to wait before they can get over to Celebi. So yeah, that's something. I guess like another thing that is difficult, like this Celebi right here. Um, like Celebi normally you can see in its sprite. Well, you can't really see that, but it has like a little blue. His little antennas are blue at the top. They're pink here. It's because every fucking object in this game, like every overworld sprite, every tile for trees, grass, etc., like they all share color palettes, different color palettes. And so I can't just plop whatever I want in, and it just automatically like I can't just take like let's say I took a random Zacian sprite and threw it into this game. It would have to be automatically like I have to choose a palette for it and hope those colors like at least generally align, which I've been able to get for the most part with this game. But like if I go to the power plant, for example, like Raikou is looking a little yellow, like a little more yellow than he normally
Just a
does.
little
A
yellow.
little very yellow. I can't. There's not really much I can do about that. Unless like I'm not. I don't know. There are ways to deal with it. I'm just not smart enough to do it. So yeah, that's kind of what I've done with this mainly. Is just adding different things to the mapping is just the easiest part. The only times I've messed with the script really is so right here, these 3 scripts. This is for your 2 different rival battles.
Oh yeah.
This obviously can activate early game when you fight your rival um, on the way to the Indigo Plateau, but neither of you have any badges, obviously. And then
Yeah.
also, the same script will activate later when you fight him again. And so it's not just as simple. When you have like a normal trainer, like let's go down to this guy that I added here. Like I can, because he's just a trainer object, I can see his team. I can click this button, and I can see just
And it
more of
all
this.
that
His
pretty
AI,
easily. Yeah.
like everything is just there. But
That's
when you go to Gary over here, like this object is just put out of frame so that it can walk up to you during the script. And so his actual battle information is in the script rather than a trainer thing. So you have to go to the script address, and you have to see what they called him at that time. And so I learned that this game, if I scroll down here, you can see in this script right here that they actually classify Gary as Terry, different numbers of Terry. So
Oh, like
every
the actual code?
yeah, in the
Okay.
actual code, every instance of fighting Gary is known as Terry.
Yeah.
So if I hit like the home button here and I go to trainers, this is all of the trainers in the game right here, and I can type in up in this top bar Terry, and this is literally every single instance of fighting Gary in the game that I have. That so the first time you meet him, depending on what starter you have, there's Terry. I think it's 4, 5, and 6 maybe. I don't know. It should be 2. Okay, no. Terry. I think Terry 1, 2, 3 is the initial fight with him when you choose your starter. So 4, 5, and 6 is when you meet him for the first time. So I'm raising the levels in this game. It's partially why I gave the like the lucky egg or whatever. But I gave him a third Pokemon, raise their levels, all that stuff. And so I had to edit multiple different versions of the rival here, um, in order to make sure that part of the script was all good and well. So yeah, it's not, and the same thing for gym leaders. I think they are script based rather than, yeah, because he has a script attached to him, rather than just being able to edit him like this gym trainer. You have to go in and you have to search for Brock. So yeah, that's generally what I've done. There are some things with the script that this program Hex Maniac Advance comes with some scripts that you can pretty easily apply. Um, you can just like drag and drop. It's like just pre-made files. So there's one for fairy type, so I added fairy type in the game, the physical special split, etc. But yeah, like I can't add like I don't know how to add new Pokemon. I don't know how to add my own sprites without sacrificing others. Like I don't have any of that because I can't get the engine upgrade to work. So
Yeah.
this is
That
where a lot of my time is gone, is just dicking around in this. Like I made a special battle here in Viridian City. Just a fucking cat lady
totally
has a bunch of Meowths in her room, and she battles with
based.
6 level 5 Meowths or something like that. Like it's just doing goofy shit like that.
I like that.
Expanding. Like this lake wasn't here before.
Yeah.
Um, I think all 4 of these houses were not here before. So yeah, just having
Well,
fun with the editing.
there used to be a cut thing in Viridian City, right? Like or no, that's the route above it. I forget.
There's a cut thing right
Oh
here,
yeah, no, yeah,
but
it was there. Never
you
mind.
can
I don't know
literally
why I
just
thought it was on the.
go that
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, I remember. Wait, did you guys ever use? I feel like maybe we talked about this before, but like Action Replay or like anything like that
Yeah,
with
I used
keyboard.
Action Replay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I messed up so I feel like I've told the story like 50 times, but like I put in some codes, like it didn't work with my game. Like I tried to make Fire Red like spawn Kyogres or something. You know, when you're a kid, you just want to do like
Yeah.
stupid stuff like that. And I somehow got it to where every route only spawned Sunflora. I don't know what happened with the code, but they were all between like level 40 to 43, no matter where you went. And somehow the files got corrupted to where like it would literally just spawn Sunflora, even if we were surfing or fishing or anything, it would just do that. So I had to like restart the game and like everything with I stopped using my action replay because I got so scared that like, oh my god, like my game's gonna be ruined forever.
Yeah,
Um
I think
that's
you
like
told that during when we had Joey on, like all
yeah,
those,
yeah.
like that multiple
Um
years ago at this point.
yeah. I'm trying to think what else, but there's like obviously like you get infinite items and stuff like that, whatever. But yeah, that sunflower thing is still like I still remember that just because it's like so like it was just so ridiculous. I think I just like put like 50 codes in at the same time and probably something happened and yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know exactly how it all works, but I think what like the Action Replay does is because the games work off like hex coding or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
uh, like all these numbers over here probably
Mhm.
lead to certain bits of code. Anyway. But yeah, like they all work off hex, so they replace certain parts of the code. So I guess you accidentally replaced something with Sunflora specifically, something that you shouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very goofy. Yeah, there's something I need to fix with mine. So at the end of my test, the big thing I was trying to test. So there's not like an automatic script for reusable TMs, but there's something you can
Oh.
change in the hex that if you change like certain bytes to like the number 90, then I
Mhm.
think I don't know if it'll give you reusable, but it'll like give you like 90 TMs whenever you acquire one or something like that.
Oh, sure. So it's like functionally, yeah.
Right, but I think I fucked that up in some capacity, and so whenever Brock gave me Rock Tomb, I went to go check, and it did not give me 90. So I'm like, okay, maybe it is just reusable instead. But then I tried to teach the TM to someone, and the moment I hit use, it crashed my game. So that's where I am right now. I need to go.
Nice.
I need to turn that back and just pretend like I never tried to make TMs reusable. But yeah, that rather than watching anime, a lot of my time has been wasted on mindless video game activity.
um, I guess like kind of related to Pokemon technically, and actually related to something else. Um, we talked about last time that I got convinced to do, but I ended up buying some Pokemon plushies after buying the freaking Freerin plush.
Oh my god.
I know,
We
I know.
it was even worse
The
financial decisions than we thought
storm,
it
or
was.
the calm cometh before the storm.
Yeah.
What
You
did you
know,
buy?
I bought a couple of sitting cuties.
Okay, that's a good investment.
Yeah, I bought a
We love
Scorpy.
sitting cuties.
Scorpy, the pre-evolution of Drapion, and then I just like random Pokemon. I don't know why. I just thought like I have weird. I'm not. You know what? I'm not like the
I
other
have a
guys.
Poliwhirl.
I like Poliwhirl. That's my guy. And I bought a Cascoon, which is like a very random Pokemon, but I think it would look good as like a plush.
The
Like I don't know, it's kind of
council.
round.
Cascoon is
Yeah,
like very specific.
yeah, it is exactly. I love those. I love like really. I think I just like really like circular shaped Pokemon. I don't know why. It's just like I, circular like oval shaped Pokemon. I just think they look the most like for me like the most aesthetically pleasing. Like I have a Bronzor plush. Like who likes Bronzor? Nobody but me because it's just like it's just I don't know. I just like it. Um, like Magnezone's one of my favorite. Well, yeah, it's my favorite Pokemon. I like Tangrowth. I don't know why, but I like Tangrowth. Um, so yeah, I just got a couple of those, but probably no more plushes for a while. It's
Uh-huh.
it's
We'll
a lot.
see.
It's a lot.
I have an
Um,
entire box of like sitting cuties and
Base.
various Pokemon plushes
Hell yeah.
that's in storage right now, but one
Yeah.
day it'll be free.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah.
got the Piplup, Manaphy, and Chikorita still all sitting on the same place in the on the shelf.
I don't
Oh
remember how
yeah.
many I have, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I have a lot too.
I used to have a Snivy. I don't know what happened to that. That was like that was when Black and White first came out. I got a Snivy. I don't know where the fuck that shit is, but it used to exist.
um
Lost to time.
yeah, I think my best one is a shiny Pukumuku. It's like a big giant shiny Pukumuku, green and yellow.
Yeah, you're collecting very, very so specific, like
No, that one was cool. It's like
Cascoon,
actually it's big.
Pukumuku.
It's big, which I really like.
I got
It
the
was
Dominator Pukumuku.
it was at a freaking like anime convention or something like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't remember, but just like one of the vendors in the vendor hall um was selling it. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool! Like it's a freaking like who makes a plush of a shiny Pikamuku? That's just like random. Like I want that. That's cool. So I got it. But yeah, that's probably my favorite plush. Yeah, not official merch, fan made or whatever, but sick. I like it. That's probably my favorite. But I have a bunch of others. I took some to my new apartment, but I haven't taken all of them. There's just like a lot that I've collected over the years for no reason. I don't know why, but there you go. And I added a couple more to my collection. So, um, I don't know. You guys both have Instagram, right? Like, do you ever get those ads for like plushie stores? I
You
don't know.
literally have me on Instagram.
Yeah, we no. Do you use it like often? Like, do you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
get like, yeah, I think I know what you're about to talk about. 'Cause I do get like the random plushie ads that'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
right, yeah. Um, I was browsing those earlier today. I didn't buy anything, obviously, because already made some purchases. But yeah, some of them have like really cool plushies. I don't know. I love plushies. They're so cute. So, um, yeah, some of the stores have like I don't know, dragon plushies, dinosaurs. I don't know. I want all of it, but I don't have infinite money, unfortunately. So I gotta hold off on that. But
Yeah, I don't get plushie ads. I get sports gambling ads. Probably worse.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. Um, I get plushie ads and I get like poster ads, like
Yeah, I like displayed ads every now and
yeah,
then.
display
'Cause I
and
have quite a few of those around.
a
So
couple others. Yeah. There are ones like I forgot what they're called. I can look it up.
yeah, I don't foresee
Epoxy
myself
resin, not
getting
epoxy resin.
more displays. I have like nowhere else in my room to put anything. Like I could put one above my bed, but if it falls, like I'm shocked. If I'm asleep, I wouldn't be shocked. It would just hurt like a bitch. And then like by my door, but if my door's open, then obviously the fucking thing is invisible. So I think my room is decorated out at this point.
This one here. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. These epoxy resin lamps. Have you seen these? These are like these look so cool. I'll post one. Like one of these. I need one of these. They are on sale. I'm tempted, but I gotta control myself. But some of these look really cool. Um, there's one like Umbreon one. So, yeah. But yeah, I want one of these. High key. I saw an ad for this on my Instagram too. So, but yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. It. I just like the aesthetic, especially the Umbreon one. I don't know why. It just like looks cool to me. I
I
do
almost feel
need
like this
some
is one of those
posters.
things that like look worse in person.
Possible, yeah.
'Cause it was like it's like the difficult things with ads like this. It's like when you see an ad for like a pizza or something. Like you know damn
Yeah,
well that like when you get that pizza, it's not gonna look like that because like
yeah,
obviously the people who are making the ad have like the pizza is no longer a pizza. That shit is either fake or it's real, but has been drenched in chemicals to look like incredible.
yeah,
And it's also like this is framed like very specifically, so you can see like the best part of it, but or the Umbria one specifically. Both of them really, but the Umbria one I feel like would look worse at certain angles than not. Still could
yeah.
be cool though.
Do you know how in pizza ads like they have the cheese stretch?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
they use glue for that.
Doesn't
They like
surprise me.
mix the cheese with glue, which is insane. But yeah,
I mean, it's just the magic of advertising.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Advertising, like commercial filming and everything is really fun to like learn about.
Yeah, it
I think
is.
we have talked about this on the podcast before, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe
I feel like we have, but yeah,
we've
yeah,
talked a lot of it. We've talked about a lot of things on this podcast.
yeah. um, like the condensation on Coke bottles, they'll just like spray some water on it. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of tricks they use to make things look nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's why you just gotta go. You gotta make your own opinions. Get what the advertisements making for
Yeah,
you.
that's why I gotta buy it, check it for myself,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
whenever I go to a restaurant and they have like mozzarella sticks, I always get the mozzarella sticks just to like test if they're actually worth anything. Because there's a surefire way to test that, and that's if you eat the mozzarella stick and you almost choke to death on the cheese. That's a good mozzarella stick.
okay, I like that. That's a good metric. Good metric.
It's how I determine. Like every now and then, I'll get store bought ones, just for fun, and there are like some brands like Kroger brand mozzarella sticks are they're all right, I guess. Very inconsistent, I feel like, but I think it's TGIF or something like that is the brand.
Yeah,
Their mozzarella sticks are ass. Um, trying to think of what the other one is. It's like something farm. It's like Farm Rich.
yeah.
Yeah, Farm Rich. Those ones slap. Those are really good.
Okay.
If you're ever getting store bought mozzarella sticks, Farm Rich, they're the way to go.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen these. Okay. Okay, that's fair. I usually my metric for whether mozzarella stick is good is whether it burns the roof of my mouth because it's too hot when when they serve it.
That's how you know
Um,
if you had like a good oven pizza at home.
Mhm.
Eat that bitch, and you like feel skin coming off of your fucking with the
Oh,
roof of your mouth
that's the worst.
or
It's
whatever
the worst, but it's also
whatever
like,
the inside is.
yeah.
Not skin, but mouth matter. I don't know.
No,
I don't
both
know. I
matter.
don't know. I don't know what the technical term
No.
for the inside of your mouth is.
I don't know, tissue, I
Tissue.
guess.
That's actually it's literally probably just
Yeah,
tissue.
that sounds right. Yeah. Um. Oh, for I guess we talked about end of year stuff, but do we have anything fun we can plan for that? I don't know. Besides like doing
Uh,
our end of year like favorite shows or whatever.
I
Is there
mean
anything?
in December the Crunchyroll stuff will happen. That's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
really the
yeah,
only thing I can think of that we would ever do for the end of the year.
yeah. I'm just
I
if
mean,
we have our
by all means, if you could think of something, we'll
yeah,
listen.
I'm just thinking like if we could have some like weird category that we can like vote on. I don't know.
I
Like you know
mean,
how like
yeah, we
yeah,
could always make our own category or something.
yeah. I'm
Like
just
we can have
thinking
the
if there's
Crunchyroll
anything.
ones, and like we can make our own one goofy. I don't know. Uh, Speaking of year, next year, Medalist airs, and I have more harrowing news for the
Uh-oh.
Medalist adaptation, and it's gonna air on Disney Plus. So this
Oh,
shit's
I saw
dead.
that.
Like it's
Yeah, I like
actually
it.
cooked.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one's gonna watch it. The anime is gonna look mid because it's Angie. My my goat, it's dead. It's dead in the water. They killed it before we even arrived.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. On Disney Plus. Okay. I'm actually
Yeah.
curious.
There's no like exclusivity. Like we don't know if that's confirmed or not. If it's exclusive,
Right.
hopefully it's not exclusive, but
Yeah.
it probably will be. I mean, be sad.
Yeah. I'm actually wondering what percentage of anime is watched through legal means. That sounds like a really weird question, but like I'm just thinking about it. Like
Probably
how much
I
more
mean,
more than you'd expect, but also
yeah.
like there's still a lot that's obviously gonna be pirated.
it depends too. Like if that's within the frame of the whole world versus just the U.S. versus, you know what I mean?
Like in Japan, it's
Like
just like
there's
on TV. Like you can just watch an anime as it airs, right? But in like in overseas, you have no choice but unless it's like on Toonami for some reason. But even then, like they're gonna have the dub, and maybe you don't want to watch the dub or something like that. It's just
like I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. statistics there were something close to 50-50.
Hmm.
I would be shocked if less than 50% of people watch stuff in like legal means, or because we're exposed to such like a specific community that to
Yeah, yeah.
us it might feel like the average person illegally streams stuff, but that's only because the people we're seeing are like the people who would be doing that, not just like little Timmy who has Crunchyroll because it has his favorite show One Piece on it, and then he watches other stuff.
I was little Timmy with Crunchyroll and Funimation for a long time, so you know.
That's
Well, not
real.
a long time, but a few months at least. So yeah.
yeah. I think it is interesting how many people like I think sports is like the biggest example. Like the NBA is like, guys, our ratings are down. Everyone's like, yeah, we're pirating it. Like everyone's pirating it because I don't know sport. I mean, sports is different because there are times where
So the
like
problem with the NBA too, which I guess is kind of an issue that anime has to an extent.
it's just all over the place. Like
It's yeah, to watch every NBA game or even like most NBA games because most people want to follow a specific team. And
right,
it's not like you can just buy the LA Lakers channel,
Right.
right?
yeah,
So if you want to watch every Lakers game, you probably have to have a dozen different methods of being able to watch games.
Uh
If I
yeah,
had to
I
guess,
guess.
to varying between primetime games to just like the Lakers playing fucking Sacramento on a random Tuesday night, which could be on just like local LA TV and some
Right.
random website online, right? Anime has that problem to a lesser extent because there's only really what 4 major anime services, 5 I guess.
to
that you
Netflix.
really have to do, but it's kind of the same
Yeah.
thing, right? Like, I don't have any desire to pay for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So when stuff gets put on Disney Plus, it's like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to watch that legally, right?
Yeah.
But I do pay for Crunchyroll, and I have a lot of things on Crunchyroll I watch. And so anything that gets put on Crunchyroll, I'm like, okay, I will watch that legally on Crunchyroll because it's easier because I have the app on my phone and already pay for the service, you know.
Yeah, like Look
And
Back
it's
came out,
like,
and that was on Prime Video, and I have Prime Video, and so I didn't need to sail the seas for that. I could just, if I have it, I'll watch it that way. Same with Magi Lumere, the wage slave magical girls. That's on Prime Video. It's a little annoying though, because Prime Video has ads, and that pisses me off. Because like, why am I even paying for this if I am getting ads? But
Yeah. I
yep.
was thinking. No, I was thinking about the Lakers analogy that you gave because I remember I purchased, not I, but my family purchased that like this is back in the day, but like the satellite TV like sports packages where you got access to like everything,
Mhm.
and yeah, like you used to be able to watch like every game of literally every NBA game. Like they had like 10 different channels going on at the same time. It's just interesting to think about like how different it's gotten in terms of like if you want to follow one specific team, like how hard or easy that is. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and you don't always realize even like buying those packages,
isn't gonna give
depending
you
on where
everything.
you're at and who
Mhm.
you're a fan of, like you're still not getting every game, but you're getting so many games that it's like you're probably satisfied.
Yeah, I think one of the
Yeah.
big things is like NBA Pass or something like that has like you can get local blackouts on the NBA Pass or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Which like at that point, why are you? It's obviously like, why am I paying for this pass if I'm not gonna get shit? So actually, something funny that happened. I don't remember how many weeks ago it was now. But there was a Thursday night football game, and those are on Amazon Prime now. And
Right.
so like different people within the sports world might tweet out a video of like a play that happens or something. And so Adam Schefter, who's like a really big insider for the NFL, um, how like a Woj or a Sham would be for the NBA. He tweeted out a play. He had in the top left corner was the meth streams watermark. And so he was just
Oh yeah.
this big insider for the NFL is pirating a fucking NFL game
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't want to get it on Prime. And the next Thursday night football game, during the game, he tweeted like, "Man, I'm so glad to be watching Thursday night football on Amazon Prime." And so, yeah, he very obviously got like strong armed into like getting Prime and like tweeting about it or something, do like a free advertisement for him, I guess. But yeah, it's funny, like, and like we were saying, like, you never know how many people are gonna just, like the average person might just be pirating. Like a big NFL person is just pirating an NFL game. Like you never know.
Well, and it's interesting with some things, right? Because Amazon Prime, for example, was kind of an easy transition because most people have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that's
That's just
different
kind
than
of like,
Yeah.
like I think for the past couple of years they've been airing a wild card game for the playoffs for the NFL on Peacock, and nobody fucking
yes,
has Peacock.
Peacock.
I guarantee
Peacock
that
is a
game
great
is
example.
pirated out the ass because the only reason anyone would ever have Peacock is because I think it has The Office. But yeah, and so like probably like a million white girls have Peacock for The Office, and that's how they keep running or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so obviously like kind of the quiet part that we haven't said here on the opposite side. Monopolies are not good.
Yeah, no,
And
monopolies are
so it's
bad,
like
but also
there
so
are
is
benefits.
diversified. Discard.
Yeah, there are benefits to the fact that there are all these services and they all offer somewhat equivalent packages and stuff like that. But it's also like when a service like Peacock, which is a great example, just gets the rights to like one single slate of NFL games, it's not really breaking a monopoly. Like Amazon Prime getting Thursday Night Football, even though it's a separate service, is like a decently good example.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of sports fans either want to watch the really good games, so like the Monday night primetime games that people be like, oh yeah, this is the game of the week material, stuff like that, or their favorite team, which is where like in sports it gets really weird, right? So like I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan. Not a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans are getting put, or Atlanta Hawks games are getting put on like the prime big channels,
Yeah.
right? So for me, it's like, well, it's cool that the NBA places to watch games are diversified, but as a fan of a very specific like middle ground team, it's just not realistic for me to watch every game that they play because I would have to partake in every service that exists.
Right. Yeah.
It makes me surprised that there aren't.
Uh, did he die or am I dying? Oh, I'm definitely the one who's dying. That's not good. What if I? Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, let me leave the call. Okay, hold up. Am I back?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm sitting there like, am I dying? Am I dying? I'm looking down at the Discord thing, and it's like, it's still green, and then suddenly Spat says, oh no, and then it's red. I'm like, fuck. So, thankfully, leave it and joining back seems to have fixed that.
Okay.
But like, PK just
Bait.
like cut off mid-sentence, and I'm like, is that, me? That me? Him? Something?
So you're saying you'd pay $200 to watch all the games, right?
I'm saying like in the example of sports, it would be like, imagine if there was a team package where it's like I pay $250 and I get TV access to every Atlanta Hawks game specifically.
Right.
That's like the type of thing that I think like sports fans would want more than like, hey, Peacock is hosting the wildcard games this year, or like Thursday nights, Amazon Prime, when it's like there are benefits, but it's still, I only really care about a couple Thursday night games a year at most. And even those aren't necessarily because they involve my teams. They just might be good games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think probably we definitely talked about this before. I would gladly pay like money to get all the Eagles games specifically, but I can't do that. So I'm not gonna pay $10 billion for a Sunday ticket, but then maybe another Eagles game is on Prime. I mean, alright, Prime, so it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna have the Christmas games on Netflix or some shit. Like it's just getting to be too much at this point. Um, where you just have to travel around to so many different services, and I feel like
It's the
like
same with anime, but like,
it's
I
monopolies
don't
are
know.
bad. It's just they're
Monopolies are bad, but I also don't want to have to pay for 5 different streaming services to watch the whole season.
yeah, you can
You
kind
know,
of I feel like a good example of like a good monopoly would be like Steam, right? Steam's not technically a monopoly, but like let's be real. How
Yeah.
many other like online game stores do people use? There's like the Epic
well, and
Game
that's
Store,
like the
which
Epic
nobody
Games,
gives a
bro.
position.
fuck
Epic
about.
Games.
No one cares about like BattleNet, like all these like very specific stores. Everyone's like
Yeah. For
Steam.
PC games, yeah. Yeah.
Steam is just a solid service, and they don't, like that's why everyone uses it. It's not because they're the only thing on the market, but they're the only good one on the market.
That's kind of the position Crunchyroll is attempted slash attempting to put themselves in. The problem is now, like Disney Plus is getting more aggressive. A lot of those shows that used to go to Funimation instead of Crunchyroll when they were separate entities, a decent more of those have kind of split to going to like High Dive. Amazon Prime started to get a few more like good things. So
Amazon
it's like,
Prime is like very like they choose the most random things. I feel like maybe I guess in terms of Prime Video, maybe like they got some like Magi Lumere. It probably didn't because it's an original. Probably didn't have like a whole lot of hype around it. Like I'm sure it was probably easier to get that versus
That's how like High Dive started. High Dive would end up getting a lot of those shows that were just kind of like gambles, and then eventually High Dive started getting a couple of those gambles right. You know, it would be like, oh, High Dive's got some bangers this year.
Yeah,
You
High Dive
know,
definitely has like. Now a lot of people complain about their platform, which is an entirely different thing, but they do have like good shows on there generally.
yeah.
Like they,
Now they have like a pretty competitive. Like High Dive is a good foil to Crunchyroll at this point, where it's like the vast majority of good shows are probably at Crunchyroll. But then like High Dive's got enough that it's worth at least considering to pay for High Dive.
I think High Dive is also. They probably raised their prices in
Probably
recent time. I think it was
cheaper,
like
but
$6 or something the last time I looked
it
for it.
was at one point.
So like that's not like for because I mean
And then it's like
yeah.
Amazon Prime is Amazon Prime. Like
I mean Prime is kind of the
most
same.
people,
Amazon
yeah,
owns High Dive, but they kind of use
yeah.
like Prime Video as like a way of advertising in a way, um, as like more like a sponsorship, I guess, than anything.
Mm.
We'll be like, oh, we have this anime, and you'll click on it and be like, oh, but you have to use Amazon Prime to get it.
Problem is Disney Plus hell.
Yeah,
The
Disney
two
and
shows a year that get
Hulu.
put on Disney Plus, and nobody is interested in getting Disney Plus for them specifically.
Yeah.
What was confirmed earlier this week to be Disney Plus? Was it Medalist?
We did just literally talk about that, yeah. We talked about it in this
I
episode.
I may have zoned
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, but Medalist is going to be on Disney Plus. Whether or
I
not it's
just
going to be exclusive to Disney Plus, we don't know. But
I don't know how many view. Well, I guess you are. Yeah, because like I guess like a lot of people just like open their anime app or whatever and just yeah.
They
I'm
just
just like
look for
thinking
what
like
they're gonna look
yeah.
for.
The whole
The
reason I asked that is
problem,
like, I'm thinking like how many viewers are you actually losing? I don't know. Yeah, probably a decent
well,
amount.
it's also about like eyes, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if Disney Plus got like Kaiju 8 or some like super high profile show for this year, that like gets people on Disney Plus at least to see stuff like that. Medalist may be very good, but Medalist is not something that has the clout to bring people to Disney Plus.
yeah.
So if
Okay,
it's not
sure. Yeah,
generating people, then it has to rely entirely on people seeing it and thinking, "Oh, I want to watch that."
right.
uh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas in like Crunchyroll, since a lot of people have Crunchyroll
Yeah,
already
they'll just see
for
it,
like,
right? Yeah.
they're watching their Attack on Titans, their Demon Slayer, stuff like that. If you get something like a Medalist on there and you're advertising it on the front page and everything, a decent amount of people are going to see that and be like, "Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll check it out." I mean, a decent amount are also going to be shonen heads and be like, "That looks boring as shit," but it's
Right.
still
Yeah.
like a net positive for people.
Yeah, yeah. It's just exposure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. If we're on Crunchyroll. Also, it's like ads. I guess I feel like Crunchyroll ads. I see them more often than like Disney Plus ads, like in general.
Yes,
Right? Like,
I see
well, I
High
mean,
Dive ads a decent amount.
based on the algorithm or whatever. Like, of course, it may not be uniform for everyone, but like, I mean, obviously, as someone who consumes at least a little bit of anime content, I see Crunchyroll a fair amount. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that does suck. Trying to think if there's any other anime news or anything. I yeah,
Probably.
I don't know.
All
I'm
I
going
did
for
this
movie
week,
arcs. I gotta catch up.
I didn't give my week, but all I did this week was catch up on various Dandadan Blue Box Danmachi. The things that I've been good about this season. I did read, and this is not that exciting. Um, I read the first chapter of a new manga called Sid Craft Love is a Mystery, which is by Taishi Tsutsui, who wrote We Never Learn,
City
which is a
Craft.
series I like a lot. So, nothing really to report from that. It was a chapter one. It
Yeah.
was kind of funny. Um, I don't know. It kind of like if you want my gut reaction, I don't know if I expect this one to survive the Shonen Jump Gauntlet, but it's by an author that has written stuff that has been both successful and things that I've personally enjoyed. So we'll see.
This guy. Um. Okay. Yeah. 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 Got his thing here. Okay. Is it just like a? It's just like a romance. I don't know. It's
It's like
just
a it's like a some probably going to be a love triangle, almost certainly going to be a love triangle, and then it's like the quirk is that he is just the greatest detective of all time on accident. Like he's just there and he just like solves things like practically by reflex and then it's like fuck, I screwed things up. So like the first chapter has him around this like murder mystery type setting and while that's happening it has him at one point flirting with the bartender. And like well, flirting's a strong word. He's a little socially awkward talking to a bartender and overreacting as we do and be like, oh, maybe this will lead to something more and stuff like that. And then he's like looks into this murder mystery a bit and at the end of course he's like talking to the bartender and he's like, you committed the murder, didn't you? And he's like, god damn it, I've screwed myself again by just like accidentally solving these crimes. So it's like I don't think that that description does a great job of describing it, but it's like kind of quirky, kind of fun. I think like mysteries and detective stuff is just kind of a hard sell to me, which is probably why I'm a little skeptical on how it'll do long term, but the first chapter was fun.
good. That's good. I yeah. I guess like the mystery romance thing is also interesting because like how much of a focus will be on mystery versus romance. I don't know. That's like
Yeah, it
whenever
feels like
the blending of genres happens, it's like I don't know, just interesting to see how much focus they put on either. Like blue box and sports and romance and stuff. There's like a good mix of that, but
yeah,
some
it feels
shows,
like it'll be a hard sell, but
yeah,
um if he does it well, it could be fun and maybe not necessarily unique, but at least a little different. Like by comparison, you mentioned Blue Box. Like I don't think Blue Box is unique compared to anything. I think it just does what it does pretty well.
yeah. I think, yeah, I think they just do a good job of mixing the genres. I think that's like the most important thing. Sometimes it's just like one genre gets ham-fisted into like another, one like I don't know, it's a romance, but they focus too much on the other half of it. I think that can make it
Hmm.
not as good, but yeah. that's- um, But yeah, dude, I have to. Oh wait, did I tell you guys about this? Maybe I don't know. One of the guys at the office that I started working at, he has a. I probably told you this, but he has a Jujutsu Kaisen figure
Nice.
on his desk. I asked him, he said Jujutsu Kaisen. He said, yeah, I gotta ask him more, like what shows he watches and stuff. I don't work with him very often, like with what I'm doing, but it'd be cool to have a friend who you know watches anime and stuff like that at work. So I'll ask him. I'll report back. It'd be good to make a friend like that because yeah, there are a lot of so you can probably predict there are a lot of boomers where I'm working currently. So in terms of friends who watch anime, it's probably pretty low. So got to connect with the few I have. So yeah, that'd be cool.
I found out the other day that my boss, like my boss, is a Haikyuu fan.
Oh,
It's like the only,
I was One Piece, but
it's like the only anime that she's ever seen, basically. But I was still like, I guess she was talking to one of the other managers about it, and he's like a big, like, him and I talk about various anime and manga a decent amount, and so he was basically like, oh, I guess I'll use her name. Oh, PK likes that, right?
Yeah.
And so she then, I had come up at some point later, and we started talking about it, and I was like, that's just not, like, it's not that it's unexpected per se, but at the same time, it's definitely not expected.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Haikyuu's it's pretty popular. I feel like a lot of people I know that watch some anime have like heard of it at least. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not a super surprising one as much as just
yeah,
like my boss, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. It is funny when you like someone unexpected or someone you didn't think like actually watches anime. So yeah. I guess it's like a byproduct of things becoming more mainstream, as over the past
Hmm.
5, 10 years. So, oh, another thing I also saw was I forgot if there's a name for it. Like you're the One Piece guy, so you know what it is. Like the Straw Hat Pirates logo. Does it have a name? Like with
Jolly
the so
Roger.
yeah, I saw some a sticker of that in on a car in my company's parking garage. So I don't know. Maybe there's a One Piece fan there somewhere in the building. So that was cool. That was cool too.
That's
So
fair. Jolly Roger is actually that's a term. That's not like a One Piece term. Like a Jolly Roger
oh yeah,
is
sure.
like
I just
a
didn't know like
pirate logo,
is it?
like flag in general for like any pirate group.
Oh, I didn't even know this had a name. Okay. I
Yeah,
mean I knew like a pirate and Jolly Roger like referred to kind of the same thing. I didn't know it was like a flat like okay, fair.
yeah, no,
Fair enough.
Jolly Roger is specifically referring to the flag and the
Okay,
like
okay.
logo
Yeah. Yeah. Learn
encompassing
something new every day.
or encompassed by the flag. So there
Yeah.
you go. That's
Yeah, okay. Fun fact. Fun little fact today.
not not a weeb term, just a
Yeah,
normal
that's
term.
true. It's true. No,
Granted,
yeah,
do most
yeah.
people know that word from anything other than One Piece? Um, it's probably mentioned in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, like I knew of just like, oh, he's a Jolly Roger or something like that. Like that's like a pirate related term. I didn't know like referred specifically to the like skull and crossbones logo on a flag, but or the flag itself, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever. But yeah, okay. Makes sense. Learn something new every day. That's yeah. I genuinely did not know. But yeah, that was cool. I need to talking about like the work thing. I need to get some sort of figure for because I don't want to bring a plush into work, right? In my cubicle, like that's kind of weird. Not weird, but like I don't know. Plush is awkward. But I'll see what figures I can bring. I have my Lelouch figure. Maybe I'll like, take that. I don't know. I just want a couple figures in my cubicle to make it look nicer.
Turn your cube into a home.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'd like to keep a lot of my stuff at home. I don't know if I want to take everything and make it a second home or
You gotta get a
anything like
bed there, yeah.
to be
Gotta
fair, I'm only in
figure
the
it out.
office 3 days a week, which, is nice, but,
That is nice.
do you work from home the
uh,
other two?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
which is, makes it convenient, but, yeah, I don't think I wanna make it a second home. I just wanna decorate it a little bit, at least, so, um, yeah, maybe I'll get a figure. I shouldn't say get a figure, maybe I'll bring a figure because 'cause I'm not buying anything else. After buying that $200 plush and then the extra Pokemon plushies, I think I'm good on, like, buying stuff for at least a while, let's just say. So, maybe I'll bring a figure and put it on my desk. That's about it.
Alright. I suppose that could be the end of the episode there. It's some nice old discussions in there. From ROM hacking to
Yeah,
pirating.
very little
I'm excited for the
anime
ROM hack
talk.
talk, to be fair. So, I'd
It's
like to
just
see more.
funny that Daniel and I both have had separate ROM hacking thoughts this week and like stuff like that. Obviously, so he's messed with the technical side of stuff. I just like make up teams and
Conceptual.
things. Be like, oh, this would be a funny like gym team
You
for
guys sound like
spat.
the perfect duo to me.
Well,
That's what it
there's a
sounds like.
problem. We need a trio because I'm not coding shit. It's neither is he.
Hey, oh, I was
And
thinking
here's the
about that.
problem. That's the problem, though, is my other project's waiting on coders too. So I'm like, well,
I was I spent some time. It's like, yeah, it's not even related because it's like I don't know what coding language they use, but like I spent this like past week and a half learning some JavaScript, right? Because like I was thinking, okay, like what are some fun things I could do? I was thinking, oh, I can make a website or like at least learn like some of the basics for that. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, I do not think Pokemon games are coded in JavaScript, so you know, can't help you out there. But yeah, um, I don't know. I'm excited to see what crazy stuff you do with your hack. My Pokemon hack era is over. That was like 10 years ago, and I quit after like 5 hours. So you know, there you go.
I want to say, I think Fire Red might have been like C plus or something. Sun Moon were C plus
that sounds
plus.
right.
Okay, they're written in C. Sorry, my bad. C
Wait,
Okay,
really?
specifically.
here's a pretty basic one. But I don't know it. So, yeah.
It was
I know R. That's it.
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Leaf Green, Diamond Pearl Platinum, and Heart Gold Soul Silver are written in C. Probably also Black and White too.
Yeah, I only know R and it's the basic JavaScript. There you go.
I actually started learning C++ in high school, but I didn't learn that much about it, and I did not continue because I did not like C++. So
Yeah.
I
I think I learned
learned,
Java.
yeah,
High school.
I learned a little
Yeah,
like HTML, CSS, like for like web design stuff.
yeah, that's not. Yeah,
It's like generally easy to learn.
yeah.
There are more like advanced things to do with it that I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
learn.
I think it was what I've heard is like, a lot of people just Google everything for those two because it's like there's just so many commands that
I
like
mean,
no
that's just
human.
coding in general. Like, if you don't, it's a funny thing. If you don't know something, like, just fucking Google. Like,
Yeah, I do that too. I do that.
I did like a job visit for like web design as like a project in junior year of high school, and the guy, I was shadowing or whatever. He had like a bunch of books on his desk, and he's like, "Yep. So obviously you're not gonna know everything. So if I don't know something, I just look it up in here." And I'm like, "Okay, you know what? That'll do it."
Well, that's why they exist, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Like Stack Overflow, I'm sure is visited
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah,
quite
yeah.
often.
Yeah. Loves.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be impossible for me to learn how to script a game, but also coding is very
An
boring.
entire game would be
An entire game would be a
a
lot.
lot.
Like I could maybe handle like a very small game, but I wouldn't be able to. Like I watched a video yesterday. Like people make like Pokemon escape rooms. It's like they'll design a
Oh, I heard
map
about
that
that. I heard about that.
yeah, they'll like design a map that you have to figure what your way out of through very specific issues using game mechanics and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, maybe one day. I wouldn't want to do it alone. I would need like a dedicated team if I was gonna script. So I feel like with the game, if you're gonna do one aspect, it'd be one thing. But if you're trying to like take on every aspect of the game, it'd be very tiring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the fan games are made in RPG Maker XP or something like that, which is probably easier than the tools for like just hacking a ROM specifically. Um, but yeah. Anyway, end of the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all the good stuff, whatever platform you're on. If you're on the YouTube side of things and you'd like to go to the audio only, then you can go to whatever relevant podcasting platform you're on, and we will probably be there. Is the Order an Anime Podcast? Can't possibly miss us. From the audio only to YouTube as well, because we did use a little bit of visual goo gabs in this episode.
Googabs.
Yeah. Yeah, on YouTube is the Order an Anime Podcast. We are the only one. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST without fail, except for when we do, there will be a new episode out for you to listen to and enjoy. So thank you once again for watching, and we will see you in another episode. Thank you, and goodbye.